Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface, one of the rare occasions where the title of the channel is actually going to marry together with the content we're discussing, which is wrestling. But, you know, I've branched out to fandom, geekdom. I think we can say that it's covered under that bracket. The other day, of course, we did a WWE 2K20 video. That was a lot of fun. This one's a little bit more touchy, to say the least, but we'll get into it. Many of you know, big wrestling fan I am. Been following wrestling, WWE, since about 2000 or so. Megastars back in those days. Stone Cold, The Rock. I went to 2 pay-per-views over here in the UK. That was one of my main events. Stone Cold versus The Rock, which was stunning. But as the noughties continued and those wrestlers moved on or retired, and we kind of went into the John Cena era of him being the only wrestler that was really being pushed, I lost interest and I drifted away from the product. And I picked it up about 6 or so years ago. And I found it very difficult. You know, I did like the odd wrestler. I loved Daniel Bryan. Loved me some CM Punk. The Pipe Bomb. Amazing stuff. But I found the WWE just so difficult to get into because everything seemed to be homogenized. There were no stars. It just seemed to be a bunch of mid-carders. Every match just felt the same. It just felt like you're watching the same match over and over again. I didn't get invested in virtually any of the stories, bar the odd one. And then when they seemed to strike something hot organically through fans, Vince did his best to ruin it for everyone. And so once again, I drifted away from the product much, much quicker than before. But I wanted to get into wrestling, so I was vicariously getting my wrestling fix through Figure 4, the website. Amazing stuff. Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, 2 unbelievable talents. And I'd just listen to their podcasts and their shows and laugh at the way that they would discuss things. Very good entertainment. Sign up for them, trust me. You'll be happy to. And then when I heard that Chris Jericho was actually going to go to New Japan, and I'd heard a lot of good things about New Japan, but not taken the leap, and he was going to fight Kenny Omega at Wrestling Kingdom, well, that was it. I had to sign up for the New Japan. I had to see it, and never looked back since. Totally fell in love with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they had everything. There was diversity of talent in terms of styles in the ring. Every match felt different. These great stories they could tell just purely through wrestling. Megastars with like Okada, Tanahashi. Oh my goodness me, Naito. You know, I could go on and on and on and on, but I wouldn't know. And because of New Japan, it put me in touch with Ring of Honor, and they would have some cross talent go over and shows and whatnot. And this chap here, I know as ACH, was one of those talents. What they call what do they call it? The like young heavyweight or whatever it is. And he would come over and participate in tournaments and participate in tours when Ring of Honor came over. And if you know anything about the Japanese audience, you know that normally they're very quiet. This is not like America where everyone's like popping for everything. Everything's just a Pavlovian response. No. In Japan, you've got to earn your accolades. You've got to earn your applause. You've got to earn your cheers. And if you tell a good enough story in the ring, and if you've got enough talent, then you're going to build the audience up and up. And by the end, you can have them in a crescendo of noise. And it's amazing to behold. One person that would always be able to get that audience was ACH. His talent was amazing. You can see his build. But he was quick. His athleticism was unreal. So good in the ring. Such a talent. And I was actually quite disappointed to hear that WWE had signed him. Because I knew that he'd go over to NXT and he'd get into the developmental system. He's only 31 years of age. And, you know, there's such a future ahead of him. They'll just turn him into another nothing. And as much as I do actually like NXT because of the talent that it has there, unfortunately, you know, they don't get the TV that they're due. Yes, they've gone onto TV now, but they're going head-to-head with AEW, and AEW are knocking the socks off. They are at Full Sail, where there's crowds of 200-odd people. And these are stars which should be seen by thousands upon thousands, you know, and worthily and rightfully so. It's not the developmental it's cracking up to be as NXT. It's kind of like Triple H's indie. And it's a shame, because they deserve to be seen by more people. They should be on the main roster, but Vince will only cock it all up, because that guy's lost the plot. But there's one thing you'll know. One of the ways that they'll make money, merchandise. Look at the Young Bucks for merchandise. Look at me. I mean, not my merchandise. But look at me in terms of, you know, I'll always be wearing something wrestling. More often than not, T-shirt-wise, Young Bucks. Something AEW related. Something New Japan Pro Wrestling related. I've always got it on. I'm always wearing it when I'm at the gym, getting run ragged and sweating like a Mexican. Won't go there. Etc. And it's a big, big way to make money. And Young Bucks are, you know, they're the kings of it, to be perfectly honest with you. And people at NXT, of course, get merch. And ACH, who's now known by Jordan Miles in NXT, had some merch put in front of him, which he wasn't too chuffed about. Can't say that I blame him, because we're going to have a look at it now. And this is how WWE see ACH in terms of merch. And warning, some people might find this a bit offensive. Wow. Now, if I have to explain this, then you're lucky, to be honest with you. But if you, I think most people will see exactly what's here and be like, ooh. The very, very, very best that you could say, describe-wise, is this is so tone-deaf it's ridiculous. That's the nicest thing that you could possibly say. I don't think it's tone-deaf personally. I think it's just plain wrong. Now, to the people who don't know what I'm talking about, let's just... do you get the idea? Gucci deeply apologised for the offence caused by the wool balaclava jumper. Who okays that? And then if you still don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about this, which is a ridiculous offensive stereotype that was used. And we kind of hoped in 2019 all this kind of stuff had gone, but obviously not. So Vince McMahon, or whoever gives the full-on approvals, thinks that is suitable for ACH in current day. It's disgraceful. It's utterly, utterly disgraceful. Now, Jordan Miles said they regret making this, and I can fully understand why. I will keep posting this till my voice is heard. I'm not sorry for anything I say or do. Representation is important. If this is Vince McMahon and Triple H's vision of me, then this is a slap in the face of every African-American performer, fan, and supporter. I think that pretty much says everything. So that got quite a bit of traction. 13,000 likes on Twitter. That got quite a bit of traction. There were lots of responses to this. You know, people highlighting exactly why it is offensive. There are unfortunately a couple of morons who decided to add to the flame, but never mind. So the WWE have come out with a response to this. And their response was Albert Hardy Jr., ACH, aka Jordan Miles, approved this t-shirt for sale. So they're saying that he okayed it. We showed it to him. I mean, the design in itself. We designed this. We showed him. He okayed it. As always, we work collaboratively with all of our performers to develop logos and merchandise designs and get their input and approval before proceeding. This was the same process with Albert, and we responded swiftly once he later requested that the logo / t-shirt be redesigned. No t-shirts were sold, thankfully. So that was the stance that they decided to take. And I've taken these next two articles from ProWrestlingSheet.com. I will link them in the description box down below so you can check them out. But, so ACH had a response to that, and his response was, when I originally saw the design, I was uncomfortable. Rather than addressing the issue, I decided to counteroffer with another. Baker Landon lied to my face. He said Triple H wanted this design, so my hands were tied. I spoke with Triple H in person, and his impression was that I, ACH, approved the design. I still can't believe the design got even made in the first place. I just need to stress that again. And so, when he was questioned about this, he actually linked the email with Baker Landon in a tweet on the 11th of September. And this is what was said. Hey, Albert, Triple H attended a meeting and had a revision for your logo, but loved it for your character. He wanted to the letter to be more teethy. And what I have attached is what he liked. Also, have basic t-shirts on there that he approved as well. Road Dogg preferred the grey. Let us know what you think. So we got the full context of the tweet. There you go. Of the email. Thanks, Baker. So he certainly is implying that Triple H was like, yeah, just make the grin a bit more teethy, but go, go, go. On that one, Triple H is saying, according to Triple H, I was informed that you were the one that approved the logo design. This is not good indeed, at all. Not that one. Anyway, just to really fan the flames, ACH also shared a video of him saying WWE doesn't care about black people while throwing up a middle finger at the camera. In addition, he wrote the following: the whole WWE system is fraud. They created this system where you can't trust anyone. You grow cold and you grow apart from what you love the most. The fact that Hulk Hogan is still employed after giving the locker room an apology for being caught says enough. Now, we know, some of you may not, that Hulk Hogan was caught saying very inappropriate stuff about black performers. So this is the tweet or the Instagram which was taken down, so we can actually hear it coming from ACH's lips himself.
WWE doesn't care about black people.
And sticks at the middle finger. So, yeah, I think he's made his opinion perfectly known there. Again, I still cannot... He is a great talent, right? He doesn't need this. He just needs to wrestle. This is not the kind of thing that I'm sure he wants in his life, needs in his life, or anything like that. And again, I have to stress, and I don't know how many times I've stressed it in this video, how a t-shirt like this even gets designed is beyond me. Now, he also stated that when he was given the design for approval, it was on a white background and not a black background. So even himself, what he said was uncomfortable with was the, you know, the big red lip type of thing. Red lips and big, and the white lettering representing the teeth. So even that he said he was uncomfortable with, and that was on a white background. Never mind being placed there on a black one. Wow. How old's Vince McMahon? 74 years of age. It doesn't seem like it's him that's just old and out of touch. Looks like there's a lot more people out of touch. Jeez. Why don't you just give him some Robinson fucking marmalade as well? It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. ACH, you're awesome. You're an amazing talent. Like I said, I've seen you wrestling. You've certainly given me plenty of pleasure when you get into the ring, and that's what you're there for. You know, you are a performer. You're there to put bums on seats. You're there to get cheers from the audience. Make yourself hopefully a decent living in the process. But I tell you what, if he does decide that enough's enough, or if WWE decide he's a bit too troublesome for them, I don't think he's going to have any problem going anywhere. He'd slot immediately back into Ring of Honor. I'm pretty sure New Japan would be very interested in him. Pretty sure AEW would be pretty interested in him. And that's the last thing that WWE want. So he's got plenty of options should the need or himself make the decision arise. But there we go. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. One reason why I wanted to do this as well is I did want to signal boost this because I do think it's important. I do think it's very important indeed. This sort of thing shouldn't even happen in 2019. This shouldn't be a conversation that we're even having. And so it's very important when something like this comes along that we do give it eyes, that we do give it a look, and understand exactly where we are and how something like this can happen. Because it shouldn't. Anyway, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.